Hello. During the next few minutes, a couple of minutes, we're going to talk about how does a smart contract, crowdfunded smart contract works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you very quickly, and let's talk about it. How we can turn a $100 contribution into a $10,000 profit. Let's talk about how does this work. First of all, let's just use the following illustration. Just imagine that you have three friends. They're three Mexican friends, Pedro, Pablo, and Paco. And they say, okay, we're going to start a business. And Pedro tells them, hey, guys, I have an idea. And let's say I had the idea of buying a food truck. We can do this. It's only $10,000. And the advantage of this food truck is that it has such a great, tasty Mexican food. And right now it's a hot item because people cannot go inside the restaurant. So this is people can actually buy it from in the streets. And this will give us a 300% return of investment, which if we invest $10,000 is going to bring us $30,000. Let's say in a year. So then he says to his friends, "Well, what happened is the issue is I don't have the 10,000. I only have 5,000. And if you guys can contribute, then I'll share the revenue with you." And then his friend says, Pablo and Paco says, okay, I have 3,000 and I have 2,000. So together they put 10,000 and now they're ready to go into business. The goal is when this truck goes and does the business and comes back after the period that they say, well, let's say that is a year, then the truck comes back with $30,000 that the truck generated. They're happy because they didn't want to be working on the truck. They didn't have the time. They have their own jobs, their own responsibilities. They don't know. One of them doesn't know how to cook, so they are happy with that idea. So the money is distributed in a way that is matches whatever they contributed. Like Pedro put 5,000. Now he gets half of the revenue of the investment, the return of investment, and he gets 15,000. And then Pablo and Paco gets $6,000, and Pablo gets $9,000. So that's how they split the $30,000. So now let's say that one of the friends says, "Okay, well, guys, I have an idea. What if instead of going for $10,000, what if we say let's put together $20,000?" And instead of us putting all the money, we create packages of contributions. So we let other people. I have friends who don't have 5,000, 2,000, 1,000. I have friends who only have $100. So we create packages that are smaller so people can actually contribute 100, 200, 400. We let them participate. So now we have more friends who can participate in this and we can generate more. And now, what do we do with this $20,000? Well, we still use the $10,000 for to buy the truck, but we use the other $10,000 and we pay a referral rewards. Meaning, if somebody invites someone to the crowd fund, they get a percentage just for referring. So that way, we have two businesses in one. We have our $10,000 business that is going to return 300. 300%. And it's going to take about a year. But we also have another business that generates immediate profits. Faster profits. We don't have to wait a year, and that we create. That way, we have two businesses in one, and then we have more people participate. And then said, yeah, okay, well, that's a good idea. So they decided, and also that way, when the food truck comes back with all the profits, then what happens is that at that moment we split the profits between all the people in the organization that participated, all the contributors. So that's a great idea. That's how a crowdfund works. But now one of the friends says, hey guys, I actually have another idea. I've been involved with technology, and there's something called smart contracts. And a smart contract can help us in our project because now instead of someone collecting all the money, because then everybody starts thinking, where's the money? We send the money to a robot, like a smart contract. A smart contract is like a robot. So we send the money to the robot, and then the robot gets the $20,000. The smart contract pays the money. It buys automatically the food truck, puts the $10,000 towards the purchase, and we have our business going. But also, the smart contract has another ability. It can divide the $10,000 that we're going to use for referrals, and it's on the web, so therefore it can be paid immediately. This is so interesting because then at the moment that somebody is making a purchase or a contribution, the person who referred him and everybody who's part of the plan, it's receiving income, immediate income, instant income. And the advantage of the a smart contract is that it's an electronic ledger. So anybody who participates can go and check any transaction. You can actually check any person in the participation, how much money they put, how much money they collected. You can actually see that instantly. So therefore, it becomes a very transparent. It's instant. It's an instant generation of profit, and it's very transparent. So then one of the friends says, "Well, that's a great idea. Why don't we, if we're gonna use the smart contract, why do we limit ourselves to only the people in our neighborhood? Why don't I mean this works in the whole world because anybody can access the internet, so therefore anybody can access the contract. And if we're gonna have everybody from the world, then it's not only 20,000. Why don't we go instead for 500 million? Let's put together 500 million. This has the opportunity. And if we're gonna have 500 million, why do we limit for a $10,000 truck? Let's go get a 250 million business. And this is where there are businesses that only the rich people can afford because only rich people can afford investments that are over $1 million. So we have now $250 million. Let's invest it where the rich people, and then we can use robots, artificial intelligence, to do business for us, get into the market, and generate more than 300, 400, 500, whatever it is. And now also, since we don't need to pay $10,000 in referral bonuses, we can actually rewards. We can actually pay 250 million in referral rewards. So now the second business, the second business, becomes a mega second business, and people can make actually great amounts of money. So then what happened is, why another friend says, well, that's a fantastic idea, so then we can create a third business. Why don't we give the person who put a contribution towards the business number one, instead of giving him 100% of what he makes, we give him 70%. Then obviously the company has to have a fee. The people who are doing the business, they keep a fee which is 15%. And we also 15% of the money generated in the transactions, in this case is trading, this is a trading company in the financial segment, the 15% we give it back into the compensation plan. That way, people that only could participate with $100 can actually probably refer. Let's say that a gardener has a boss who is the owner of a company. The gardener can only contribute $100, but now he refers someone who can contribute 20, $30,000, and he can make money on the investment, on the profits of his referral. This becomes a great idea. So that's what the idea of a crowdfunded business with a smart contract. Now, I have great news now that you understand that. This is not a dream. This is not a fantasy. This is not an exaggeration. This already happened. The group of friends got together. They had this idea. They created a smart contract, and it already started. It just started a couple of days ago, January 10th. As a matter of fact, the funds have already started to go into the smart contract, and we have in 4 days already gathered more than $45 million. $45 million of contributions have gotten now that have been sent to the smart contract. Out of these 4,500 million, there is already money sent for the other business, no business number one, which in this case is trading, with an algorithm and with robots, people who are actually involved into it 100%, that they're experts on this. And there is $24 million already on the market. It started to generate profit already. And in not only that, in these 4 days, they have been paid already over $20 million in contributions. This is unreal. $20 million paid in contributions in only 4 days. There's thousands of people who have already made one, 200, 200, $300 back. There's hundreds of people who have made $5,000 or more in these 4 days. There are a dozen people who have already made over $100,000. There's people who have actually almost reached $1 million in 4 days, thanks to this great idea of a crowdfunded uh, smart contract applied to a crowdfunding. So now I'm sharing this video with you quickly because you have the opportunity to participate as well. So what I'm going to ask you to do is talk to the person who shared with you this video. Tell him I want in. I want to know more. Please send me more details. He will be more than happy to send you more information. We have created 2 more videos that explain this, and we have also creating a system that actually helps you start your business and start contributing. And if there's no one who can help you, go to smart.axialnow.com and you can actually get more information on how to take the next steps. So, therefore, thank you for listening and congratulations. Share this with all your friends.